Hello, my name is Summer and this is my Kingshot Fishing Tournament tutorial for free-to-play players or beginners. So you have two options when starting out. You can go for the regular fishing or you can go for the Ocean Prospector. When the tournament first begins, you always want to choose the Ocean Prospector first. Otherwise, it will be way too difficult for you to earn enough points to upgrade your 3 items. The line item will allow you to fish in deeper depths, the hook item will allow you to collect more fish, and the sinker item will take you to deeper depths without you having to avoid fish. So it's the beginning of the tournament. Nothing is upgraded. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Ocean Prospector first. We are going to ignore the regular fishing. And the reason for this is if you go into regular fishing right now with none of these maxed out, you are going to get like 100 points, maybe less. And you are going to waste your regular fishing. Start with your maps first. So another tip that I have about these items, here are the special items. Horn of the Tide is a wonderful item for finding fish that you're missing. The reel is a really important item if you have trouble bumping into fish. The ocean scanner is going to let you know what fish are rare or maybe fish that you don't have. The lantern is going to illuminate the depths of the ocean for you. So when you get past 300 meters, it's going to illuminate it for you. I would say by far the lantern is the most important item. You actually don't need the reel or the ocean scanner. I would say the second most important item is the ocean scanner. And this might be controversial, but I'm going to go ahead and say you do not need the reel at all. When you use my strategy, you will never have to use a reel ever again. We can put on the lantern and the ocean scanner to begin with. I am not going to use the reel, so we're going to go right into this. And like I said, nothing upgraded, so we're going with the Ocean Prospector. Alright, and we're ready to fish. So if you're fishing and you mess up, the most amazing tool in this event is the retreat feature. And you can just pause and retreat and try again. So it might take a little longer, so I'm not saying that you don't ever use reels. It's a good item. But it doesn't really matter if you can just retreat and try again. It's going to save you a lot of gems from buying more reels, buying an item that you don't need. So let's go back into here. Let's try again. So number 1 tip is if you avoid a fish's mouth, you will avoid catching them. The way that you catch a fish is by touching their mouths. If you don't touch their mouths, you're good. So you can cross through fish bodies and go behind them. Like, it can still hit the fish just as long as it doesn't hit its mouth, and you are all good. Alright, we're getting pretty deep here. We got a pretty good run here. Alright, and that's where it stops. And now we have to kind of swerve through these fish while looking for good fish. And anything glowing is a good fish. Oop, got a bad one. This is a really good fish. We're going to pick that up. That's a good one. This is a good one. Chests are really good. Alright, let's see if there's anything else. That one's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, and then these mermaids are really good because they the ones with the seaweed around them, they act as a multiplier. So you'll see right now. So, alright. So we got this mermaid, and it says rewards from helping struggling mermaids. So mermaids who are wrapped up in seaweed, they will increase your points. And then you can use a fishing voucher to multiply those points. And look, we got 1,200 points. So now we are going to focus the hook and the line. Hook, line. The sinker, you don't really need the sinker because remember what I said, you can just retreat and try again. So the sinker doesn't really matter. You want the line so that you can go to deeper depths and get rarer fish. And you want the hook so that you can catch more fish and get more points. We are going to do regular fishing, and I believe the depths, yeah, so once you get into 300 meters or below, that is when you need the lantern. So if your fishing line is not more than 300 meters, then don't use the lantern. That's just a waste. You don't need it because you're going to be able to see everything anyways. I'm actually going to take my lantern off. I don't like to use my lantern until I reach max depth. It just makes the most sense to me. Or at least like 450 meters. That just makes the most sense to me. Otherwise, I'm kind of wasting these items if I don't have max depth, and I don't really have the opportunity to get better fish anyways. So it's just better not to use that item. The ocean scanner is still really important. You don't have to use it, but I highly recommend it because it helps you not miss fish that give you higher rewards. So I'm going to keep that item on. So when you're using the regular fishing, you're only going to have a few glowing fish. Just make sure that you keep an eye on them and pick them up when you see them. They're going to be 3 stars like these two. They were glowing just barely. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled because you can barely see the glow. But if they are barely glowing, that means that they're a 3-star fish. And they're going to give you just slightly better points. Alright, and this concludes my tutorial. We'll just run through it. So, always start with the Ocean Prospector. Do not start with your regular fishing. You will lose out on points if you start with the regular fishing. Use the Ocean Prospector. Upgrade all 3 of these items. You don't need to use the reel. The 2 most important items is going to be the Ocean Scanner and the Lantern. You can use the reel if you have extra, and you don't want to just keep retreating. But it is an option. If you don't want to waste gems on buying reels, then you can just play and retreat if you mess up and try again. Again, don't use your lantern if you are not lower than 300 meters. It's a waste of using your lantern because you're going to be able to see everything anyways. I don't use my lantern until I hit around 450 meters, and then I use my lantern. And then for your guide, I would just say a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is RNG. Again, The ocean prospector is what is going to give you the rarest fish, not the regular fishing. There are certain fish and certain things you cannot get from the regular fishing. You cannot get, for example, you cannot get this ocean hero chest doing regular fishing, or any of the other 4-star ocean upgrade chests. You cannot get these 3-star mermaids. You cannot get the 3-star mermaids in the regular fishing. You have to use ocean prospectors. I think that you can still get 5-star fish from regular fishing, but it is very random and very rare for that to happen. So be careful with your ocean prospector. Try not to use Horn of the Tides for your ocean prospectors. Use those for regular fishing because they will still pop up for regular fishing. It's just a waste to use Horn of the Tide and Ocean Prospector together because Ocean Prospector is already going to give you a lot of rare fish options. And that is my tutorial. If you have any questions, comment below, or you can add me on Discord, and I am always available to help. I am also in the Kingshot Discord server. If any of you need help, my username is Smelly Summer. I have a few community guides in the community guide channel in the Kingshot Discord server, so feel free to check those out. And if you have any other questions, I'm always around. Bye!